Right now, the influence of critical race theory is sweeping over our nation. It is guiding the decisions of government and of the courts. It has already transformed our universities. It is shaping the curriculum of our high schools, our junior highs, elementary schools, and kindergarten classrooms. It has even infiltrated our churches. And you can be sure that, at least to some degree, it is already impacting your children. So, should you be concerned about where critical race theory came from? I mean, after all, I know you're busy with a million other things and saddled with other concerns in life. You're a parent. Why should you stop and discover where CRT came from? Well, allow me to share a quick illustration with you, and then I'm confident that you'll understand why. Imagine for a moment that you take a trip to the grocery store to buy some food for your children. When you enter the store, you go to the produce section and discover that all the produce is divided up into two groups, one on each side of the room. On the right side is all the produce that is 100% certified organic. It is pure. There are no pesticides, there are no toxins, there are no pollutants in them at all. That organic produce is as clean as produce can get. And then you turn to the left of the room, and you see an equally attractive looking collection of vegetables, but they're much cheaper. And you see there are already a whole bunch of other consumers over there shopping in that area. In fact, it's like a feeding frenzy. And you are attracted to those vegetables too because they just won't cost you as much money, and that's a good thing. But you're smart. You know there's got to be a reason those vegetables are cheaper. There's got to be a difference between the two. So you find the produce clerk and you ask them why the vegetables on the left are so much less expensive than the organic vegetables on the right. And he tells you with a glimmer in his eye that the vegetables on the left were all grown in a Superfund site. That is a piece of land that is so contaminated with industrial waste, so contaminated with toxic chemicals and other pollutants that it's not even supposed to be used by human beings. Now, you can't see the pollutants that are in the vegetables. They look perfectly fine from the outside. But you know for sure that those toxins are in them because you know where these vegetables were grown. There's no way those carrots can be grown in polluted soil and come out pure themselves. And you also know that if you feed these vegetables to your children, that all those pollutants and all those toxins and all those chemicals that were sucked up into the vegetables when they were growing will be absorbed into the bodies of your children. The pollutants will become part of them. Your children's bodies will be poisoned, and eventually they will become sick because of it. Now, I'm convinced that you would never allow your kids to feast on food that was grown in polluted soil. Now, the same dynamic is at work when we consider the ideas our children are consuming. Ideas that tell them about the world we're living in, about what people are really like, about the problems that we face in our society, and ideas about how we should respond to these problems. If these ideas were grown in polluted soil, if they were conceived in and grown in assumptions about our world and claims about our circumstances that are all false, then all of those false ideas and all of those false claims will be absorbed into the minds of our children as part of their thinking. They will become part of how they think on a day-to-day basis. They'll become part of their worldview. Your children's minds will be poisoned with falsehood, and their ability to accurately discover the truth and make wise decisions will be compromised. I'm convinced that you would never knowingly allow your children to feast on ideas that were grown in an environment that was polluted by lies. That is why we must pause from our busy lives and take the time to find out exactly where critical race theory came from. That is our first step towards helping our kids think biblically about this important issue. And we must take this first step because if critical race theory was one of those vegetables from my illustration, it will be located on the left side of the produce section. So be sure to check out our video, Where Did Critical Race Theory Come From? When you do, you will discover more of the answers you need to help your kids think biblically about critical race theory. I'm Dr. Steve Hubler for Legacy Family Ministries. Please help us keep Legacy Family Ministries videos free for all families. Become a regular financial partner by making a tax-deductible donation today.